Before we begin, remember that this video is for educational purposes only and isn't financial or real estate advice. Always consult licensed professionals. The property market can be intimidating, but the right knowledge puts you in control. Most buyers think their agent is their best friend, but at the end of the day, they only get paid if you close. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden incentives and property red flags that agents often gloss over so you can walk into your next home purchase with your eyes wide open. Alright, let's start with the real-world problem, how the money actually flows. Understanding the incentive structure helps you realize why some advice might be biased. It's important to remember that most agents work on a 100% commission basis, meaning they don't get a dime until you sign those closing papers. This creates a natural pressure to close the deal quickly rather than waiting for the perfect house. While many agents are ethical, the system itself rewards speed over your long-term satisfaction. Always ask yourself if the urgency you're feeling is coming from the market or from your representation. Dual agency happens when one agent represents both the buyer and the seller in the same transaction. In this scenario, the agent can't truly advocate for your interests because they owe a duty to the seller as well. They essentially become a neutral facilitator, which means you lose your primary negotiator. If your agent suggests handling both sides to make things easier, realize you're losing your strongest advocate. Agents often recommend specific lenders, inspectors, or contractors, but these preferred partners might be recommended because they help the deal go through smoothly, not because they're the most thorough. An inspector who is too picky might blow up a deal, so some agents prefer deal-friendly inspectors. Always do your own research and consider hiring independent professionals who have no prior relationship with your agent. Agents are experts at pointing out granite countertops and open floor plans, but they might stay quiet about the things that actually cost money to fix. Fresh grey paint and new vinyl flooring can hide a multitude of sins, from foundation cracks to water damage. Agents will focus your attention on the move-in ready aesthetic, while ignoring the age of the HVAC or the state of the electrical panel. Look past the staging and check the bones like the age of the water heater or signs of dampness in the basement. If everything is brand new but the roof looks 20 years old, that's a major red flag. An agent might tell you a neighborhood is up and coming, but they won't necessarily mention the planned commercial development that will triple traffic on your street. Check city zoning maps and look for signs of decline like boarded-up windows or a high density of short-term rentals. Visit the house at different times, especially at night and during rush hour, to hear the real noise levels. Your agent wants you to see the dream, but you need to see the reality. Many homeowners finish basements or add decks without getting the proper permits, and agents rarely verify this before listing. If you buy a house with unpermitted work, you could be liable for bringing it up to code or even tearing it down. Always check the municipal records yourself to ensure the square footage on the listing matches the permitted square footage. If the numbers don't add up, you're looking at a potential legal and safety headache. Quick reminder. Real estate markets and mortgage programs vary by location, so always verify with local professionals. The mortgage payment is just the beginning. There are several stealth costs that agents often downplay to keep the purchase price looking affordable. The property taxes you see on the listing are based on the current owner's valuation, but in many areas the tax bill resets based on the new purchase price. This can result in a massive jump in your monthly payment after the first year. Don't rely on the current taxes shown, use a local tax calculator to estimate what you'll actually pay. This sticker shock is one of the most common complaints from first-time buyers. A low monthly HOA fee might look attractive, but it can be a sign that the association isn't saving enough for major repairs. When the roof needs replacing or the pool leaks, the HOA may issue a special assessment, requiring every homeowner to pay thousands of dollars up front. Ask for the HOA's reserve study and meeting minutes from the last 2 years. If they're discussing major repairs but have no savings, you're the one who will pay for it. Agents focus on the excitement of moving in, but they rarely discuss the reality that a house is a decaying asset that requires constant cash. A good rule of thumb is to set aside 1% of the home's value every year for maintenance and repairs. On a $400,000 house, that's $4,000 a year or $333 a month. If the home has older systems, that number could be even higher. Factor this into your budget before you decide how much house you can afford. Negotiation is where things get emotional. Understanding the common tactics used can help you stay grounded and avoid overpaying. When an agent tells you there are multiple offers and you need to submit your highest and best, they're trying to create a bidding war. While there might be other offers, you have no way of knowing their terms or if they even exist. Don't let the fear of missing out drive you past your budget. Set a firm limit based on comparable sales, not on the pressure of the moment. Sometimes the best move is to walk away. In a hot market, you might offer more than the asking price, but the bank will only lend you what the appraiser says the house is worth. If the appraisal comes in low, you have to cover the gap in cash. Agents often push buyers to waive the appraisal contingency to win the deal, but this is incredibly risky. Ensure you have the liquid cash to cover a potential gap before you waive your right to renegotiate. The final walkthrough is often treated as a formality right before closing, but it's your last chance to ensure the house is in the same condition as when you agreed to buy it. Agents are usually in a hurry to get to the closing table, so they might rush you. Check every faucet, flush every toilet, and test the appliances. If the seller took the light fixtures or left a pile of junk in the garage, now is the time to demand a credit. Buying a house is likely the biggest financial decision of your life, so don't let the professional pressure lead you into a bad deal. The big idea is to trust but verify. Hire your own independent experts, check the public records, and always budget for the hidden costs that come after the keys are handed over. If this helped you feel more confident about your home search, like and subscribe for more practical guides that help you navigate the real estate market without the sales pitch. See you in the next one. Comment below with the real estate topic you want covered next. Thanks for watching. Remember, this is educational content only. Consult a licensed real estate agent or mortgage broker before making property decisions. Subscribe for more.